So, to me, when I was creating the tools for Jungle Book and Ready Player One, the most important thing was collaboration. I wanted to have it be what we built, the team at the time that was at Microsoft. We built this tool on top of Unity at the time, basically, so any number of artists could work on the same scene. And that really got put to use on Ready Player One, where Steven could, he could ask for 10 things and get them simultaneously. So when I heard the collaboration mode, especially online remote, for RADiCAL, then that was super exciting. And at the time, Canvas was new, and just early days of putting cameras in. So what's here now is very early, but very, very cool ability to put cameras in. I can go through, let's say, a camera here. Once I select the camera, I can also basically turn off the visual helpers and see. You can see here, camera. There's not in order 1, 3, 2, and if I look at these clips, this is when the camera cuts happen. So you can actually have cameras that you animate and keyframe, and then you can cut between them. So right now I'm only looking through camera 1, so it didn't do a cut. But I think the ideal tool for directors is something that they can jump in and compose things. So I can say, I want to start over here instead. And then super easily be able to iterate on what they're doing. So if I go to this second position, I can maybe adjust it so it's looking back. There we go. Maybe a little higher. And then let's jump into the second cut, which is this camera right here. And I'm going to maybe position that to look further down. So you can have as many people as you want, and you guys get to join in this one later. Then imagine the creativity that can happen when everybody can contribute. So let's look at what we have here. I'm going to play the scene from this camera point of view just to see what we have. So we have this spaceship coming in. These were keyframed beforehand, and I think let's do this. Kevin, you want to do mocap for these guys?
Yeah, I'm already warming it up. It's going to be, I'll be there in about half a minute or so.
Let's get some action for these bystanders, and then I think I'll just move that motorcycle.
Just one thing I would maybe ask you to do, if you could talk a little bit about lens selection, sensor size,
yes,
and crop
exactly.
factor. I think that's important. So you make that
perfect.
selection. And then yes. I'll be ready with the mocap once you're done with that.
So yeah, perfect. Perfect point. So I'm on this camera here, and you can see the keyframes. You can do all the in-betweens, but I've been an advisor to RADiCAL for this part of the tool, so it's really fun and exciting for me. You have your selection of lenses here. You choose your film back size. We like the 65 Alexa here, and then you also have your aspect ratios, which is, you can see it's masked over there. Let's maybe go with a longer lens. There we go. And a lot of previs houses use those. Each DP has their own set of standard lenses that they like. We were using specific lenses on Blade Runner for Roger Deakins. It'll change depending on the director and DP, but yeah, we have a few select ones here. So what I'll do is I'm going to keyframe the ship to land, and then let's get into your mocap.
Perfect. I'm also
do this in 10 minutes.
live mocapping right now.
You're already there.
I'm in
Cool.
the scene, yeah. But I think you should probably go ahead with what you wanted to do.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the ship and lower it so that it's kind of landing. There we go. Yep. So I have the ship landing. Let's do your mocap now. So
I'm here. If you maybe go into the view.
hey, there you are.
Great.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit play, and then I'm gonna want you to react to the ship. Okay, I'll direct you. All
Okay,
right.
give me 1 sec. I think is there a camera that I can use that points at the ship? I think there is. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, you can look at camera 2. I think I'm on camera.
No, I think there's one that's you named after me. So I'm gonna use that one. So good.
Or that one. Yeah, that one. That one's good. You ready?
Yep.
Recording? Are you recording?
Not yet. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay.
My apologies.
Get into position.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So get into position. I'm gonna hit play when you're ready.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right. I'm hitting play. There you go. So the ship's coming on your right. Look to your right. Look up a little bit more. Yeah, you're pointing at it. Now it's landing. And look to your right to your friend and look around because you're like, you know, can anybody believe this? There you go. That's awesome. All right, cut. That's good. Now let's do another take for, that would be the guy on that you were kind of the guy who's on the left. Now you're going to be the guy on the right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I want you to walk back into the room and walk towards the camera. So you're basically walking forward in the sidewalk. Ready?
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Okay.
Coming
Recording.
down. 3,
Okay.
2,
Say
1.
when.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Boom.
Play. Okay. So walk forward. Yeah, walk forward. And look at the ship. And then look to your left. Look to your buddy on the left. And you're like, can you believe this? And look at the ship. Perfect. Awesome. All right, cut. There we go. Let's drop those in.
All right, so let me apply those.
Yeah. You apply those. I'm going to put the camera in position, and then
Yeah, I can reclaim the screen share very quickly so people can see how I'm applying it if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. To be honest, so to be clear, I'm only sharing my screen. It's only necessary really because we're obviously want the audience to see what we're doing. But actually inside RADiCAL, Habib.
Someone is asking if you're in the same building. No, Gavin is in UK and I'm in LA.
Okay, I should specify that as well. Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm going to apply motion to this guy here. Let's hope I'm going to find the correct ones. So this is the second one I recorded, the last one. So the character on the right, from my standpoint, should have the first or the second clip.
You already applied them, right? Yeah.
I have not. I'm just going to apply the second clip now.
Okay, great.
I'll let you know when it's done.
Question is, how many actors can you mock up at the same time? Have we ever?
One per. The quick answer is one per camera.
One per camera, but we've never tried a maximum in the same scene. Theoretically unlimited. Yeah. Let's see. All right.
Almost done.
Video panel. So yours is loading. So while you're doing that, I'm going to move the motorcycle to be in front of them. Like that. Because I want to do like a camera angle from behind.
Okay, both motion clips are now applied. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim them so we get like the first ugly bits out there, like where I'm like
perfect,
leaning forward.
Perfect.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I'm watching you work. Yeah.
And now you should see those clips on the timeline. I hope so. If you scroll,
yeah, I do. I see you moving them. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, I see you trimming them. Great. And then I'm going to get into my third camera position. We have 5 minutes, just enough time to
Yeah, we're gonna try and squeeze it into.
do the VCam.
I would love to show the VCam. Yeah, if we can do it.
Yes, and we want the audience to be able to jump in at some
So we're
point.
gonna try and do all of that in the next 5 minutes. We're probably gonna run over slightly, but in the meantime, I'm gonna see if there are questions we can answer. But until I have those, I'll just explain very quickly. So VCam means, of course, that you can use your phone to pilot a camera. This is actually something that not only Habib requested, it was quite a few other people that we've worked with who've asked for that ability. And that's because cinematographers feel strongly about having a physical object. And
Depth of field.
Exactly. So now VCam works in the following way. There's I think you need to switch to VCam through the drop-down menu. If I could ask you to do that.
Yeah,
Habib.
I'm just keyframing last
Sorry.
camera.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So then we'll do the VCam in just a moment. So the way that will work is that you just need an iPhone or an Android on the same network as the machine that you're in the same room with, essentially. And then we're going to show you in just a moment what that looks
So
like.
I'm going to look at the camera track. So we're going to get to see all shots back to back.
Amazing. Maybe you close the design tab there on the right.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There goes. Yep.
So you can add depth of field. You could do lighting, mocap, cameras. It's really nice to like get exactly what you want, and be able to manipulate things. So that was cool to see the performances here. And then at the same time, I'm going to viewport to move this van. I can ask you to move the van closer to the right,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Sure.
You can move that for me.
Where do you want
And
it?
then I'm going to get the VCam ready.
Where do you want where do you want the van?
Move the van more to the right so it's closer to those people.
Cool. Give me 1 second.
And then I'm going to get the VCam going. So when
where do you want the van? Just around here?
Right there. Yeah, right there. Great. So kudos to the Canvas team for doing some amazing stuff super fast. I was blown away when I tried the VCam for the first time because I couldn't believe it was that easy to actually use it. So I'm gonna maybe go to VCam here. And you can see on my screen, it says VCam scan on your mobile phone. So literally, I go to my camera. I haven't installed anything on my phone.
You just open the camera app.
I just tapped on that QR code. There we go.
So by the way, for the audience, there are a lot of questions coming through. I see them, and I will try to raise them all for those of you who decide to stay. There you go. That's VCam. So actually, if you hit play now, I would really love to see that as well. So you can play the scene back at the same time.
So I'm gonna hit play, and you see I already have depth of field kind of put on here. So I'm looking at this ship coming in. I see these people in the foreground. I missed the airplane. So let me try again.
I know there's this casual North Korean jet fighter that sort of comes through. Yeah.
So we're standing here. We suddenly notice there's a ship. Where's the fighter? There is a fighter.
There it is. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't sense any lag at all, which is crazy. And here I am. I could be right now. Recording isn't ready yet, but very soon.
Yeah, we're going to introduce recording, VCam, stabilization, motion scaling, and a bunch of other things. Okay, I want to be.
Let's have the audience jump in.
Yeah, what do we want to do first? Do we want to invite the audience into the scene so they can start messing around?
I think so.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to, at the same time, read the questions back to you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, awesome. So I'm
I'm
now
gonna
going to
observe from
share
here.
the link. Now, I need to make sure that everybody sees it. Hosts and panelists.
I think you may be able to message everyone host everyone. I can share it.
You can. Okay, so you can do it. Okay.
Oh,
By the way, so the image is obviously on my phone of what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So I
I
can be able to.
for some reason it's not letting me paste. If someone asks me a question, I'll answer the question with the link. How about that?
Okay, so have we now published the link to everyone?
Where's the link?
Alice?
Yep, just
Oh.
sorry, I'm quadruple tasking. Thank you everyone for saving me asking me questions. I'm answering all of you with the link.
Oh, is it in the answered section?
Yes, so if you can't find it, it's in the Q&A answered section.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, in the answered section of Q&A.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to start reading questions back. Habib, you don't have to run the VCAM if you don't.
I love doing it.
Okay. Okay.
Try and stop me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll read back the questions. Okay. Can we do all our previs work in Canvas and then export to Unreal Engine for my stage shoot? Not yet, but this is the question we get all the time. So the answer is we obviously will have to work on that. What we would love to know is
you can export the mocap as
well,
FBX.
you can already live stream the motion capture into Unreal Engine, Unity, and anything you want, but the scene itself is still going to be just in RADiCAL. Now, the question is, how do we get it over there? And actually, I'll be really curious what people would prefer. Is it FBX? Is it USD? Is it some other form of exporting it? I suspect I know the answer, but I would love to know from people. And we're going to work on that. And yes, later this year, hopefully, is the answer. Number two, could you say how previs changes the dialogue between above the line discussions? That's a question for you, Habib. Could you say how previs changes the dialogue between above the line discussions?
Yeah, so, like I said before about doing CG visual effects, that was always a education process for a lot of directors and executives. And I think it's pretty established why previs helps, and then now with the new tools that are easy to use like this one, you can have the director and DP be directly involved with artists, be able to contribute, and really join the process, because that's what it's about. It's about them being able to express that. For example, hey, someone's moving the motorcycle. When we worked with Joe Penna on Stowaway, he was able to learn the tools and start doing the visualizations. And I think that was a big turning point, where we could see that affecting the end result. This is what's important. Like when Denis was able to use virtual camera tools to do a shot, he actually, by interacting with the shot, understood that what he wanted wasn't possible physically. So it changed the outcome.
So
the spinner path changed. And it's the same thing. I think the above the line interacting with things, it's going to give them knowledge and ideas that they haven't thought about, and it's going to inform them more.
And is Denis Villeneuve, was he already at that time like very pro new technology, or was that a new experience for him at that time when he made
it was newish. He'd done visual effects work on Arrival, but Blade Runner was a whole nother level of
this connects beautifully into another question that an audience member has asked, and specifically I think this is about directors. Help me, sorry, bear with me. I saw it in here somewhere. How do directors appreciate previs? What does it afford them? What benefits does RADiCAL provide, I suppose, to help this? So I guess this is sort of multiple questions in one, but it's sort of one that you touched on just now with Villeneuve, right? So what?
Yeah. So
How
someone
does
has
this
the
help the
Eiffel
director?
Tower. I love it.
There you go. There's
So,
the Eiffel Tower.
you know, um, that's awesome. Basically, what previs does is the director, DP, visual effects supervisor, producers, they're all able to try to create the scene they have in mind, and it catches mistakes or gives new ideas early. So had they not, for example, tried to do the interaction, we weren't able to get any believable animation in that scene, and specifically. Oh, someone's got a lot of fog going here. So basically, it's a much easier, more affordable way to try your filming and storytelling, and then by seeing the results, first of all, you know if your ideas were good or not, if it's going to work or not. Second of all, it's going to give you more ideas, and it's going to basically help push your creativity, and you're not going to make you're not going to go on set at $100,000 a day and find out this there's an Eiffel Tower where you wanted to actually shoot.
Yeah.
There's so much. All the directors I worked with, especially doing virtual cinematography, they've developed a new language as they've been working on it. Is that a drone? Cool. Oh no, it's a Dune helicopter.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Helicopter. So these are the things that you can quickly make a scene, quickly try it, and then that lets you know, okay, I'm on the right track. This is what I had in mind, or actually, we're completely on the wrong side of the street. We should be on the other side of the street, and the spaceship shouldn't be in the middle. It should be over there. All of these things are so quick and easy to adjust in this phase. That's what previs is for.
Yeah.
It's not for just making a printout of your idea. It's for you to interact with something and then iterate and improve it and change it.
So my apologies for interrupting you. I have two more questions that came in, and I would just want to throw both of them at you. And I'm now very aware that we're over time, so thank you for those of you who are still sticking around to have those answered. But now I'm just going to get those two questions answered, and then we're going to wrap up. I think Alex.
Yeah, just to answer that last question is
absolutely. I'll raise those now. Just so you know, for those of you who have to drop off, I think we're going to send out an email afterwards with all the questions and answers as well. Okay, so number one,
the above the line, having this accessibility doesn't hurt people below the line.
So I think we need to repeat the question because the audience can't see it. So I've seen that democratization often leads to more above the line control of creative.
Yeah.
The question is, does that help produce better movies, or just movies more in line with executives' dream of being a filmmaker? I hope I made the right emphasis.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the above the line people are gonna need the artists always. Every time there was some innovation in visual effects, it led to needing more people. So when a mocap came, we needed more animators. When the chrome ball lighting came, more TDs could do more shots. It just goes on and on. And so with these tools, it just means that the above the line people are gonna know more precisely what they want. So they're gonna hopefully make less changes later, make life easier for all the artists. But it's not gonna mean they're not gonna need artists. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there's one more question, and then we're going to wrap up. Where in the line of business do studios decide to use motion capture for previs? What tips can you provide that we as a community can use to get this to work? I get this is motion capture, I guess. Habib, can you help on that?
Yeah.
So at what point, where in the line of business do studios decide to use motion capture for previs?
Oh, that's typically up to either the previs house or the visual effects supervisor working on the project. Then, you know, if they have a lot of characters that they want to choreograph, it makes sense to use mocap as opposed to have someone keyframe animate, just because of the speed of iteration. And what I like, you know, there's a ton of libraries of motions, but what I like is motion capturing exactly what I need with the timing I need, and I'm done. Yeah.
You just gotta learn to count down and synchronicity, I suppose. Okay, I think we'll probably have to wrap up.
I love this scene, by the way. Thanks, everybody.
I love this scene. Thank you, Habib, so much for your time. This is genuinely a real highlight of the year already, that you were able to set aside time for us to do this. Thank you to everyone who joined in. Whatever shortcomings there were today, and like making sure that we're in the 1 hour, please, that's my fault, and we'll try to do better next time. We'll try to make this more entertaining. We'll have more webinars like this come up. We'll always try to make this entertaining.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Gavin. Awesome. Thank you so much.